You know what I want in a Mint 10 game? I want a puzzle that kept me up at night as a child. Oh, this farmer, he's got a fox and a chicken and corn, and he's got to get them across to the market. But he can't leave the fox with the chicken because the fox will eat the chicken, and he can't leave the chicken with the corn because the chicken will eat the corn, and he can't leave a zombie chicken with a fox because the zombie chicken will eat the fox, and he can't leave the chicken with the poison corn because that'll kill the chicken. You know that old children's tale? That's Heritage Farms. Hey guys, I'm Tim, and this is the Board Game Rundown, and today I'm covering another Mint 10 game from Galen's Games. This is going to be on Kickstarter, part of their big group of them. There's 4 total. This one's Heritage Farms, and in this one, it's that old parable, right? Not parable, that puzzle, that riddle of the farmer and the chicken and the fox and the corn, and we're trying to get the corn and the chicken and the fox to the market, but we can't leave them unsupervised because they will misbehave. Basically in this game, what you're doing is you've got these cards set up, and you've got one player is going to be the blue farmer, one player is going to be the orange farmer, and you are going to take your boat. You're going to pick up a farm and a farmer and a good, and you're going to sail them across the river to the market. So if I took this farmer and this chicken and I went over to this market over here, I dropped this off. Now there are tokens on these markets that are like really cool player powers, abilities. They're going to give you things. So I'll drop that farmer off and he's going to land on there. That one will let me put 2 farmers on the same card. That's pretty handy because in this puzzle, it gets really tricky. Because what I'm trying to do is get 2 sets in my market, right? A fox, a chicken, and corn. Because, like that old riddle goes, the fox will eat a chicken if left unsupervised. The chicken will eat the corn if left unsupervised. So you're kind of matching this, trying to work this puzzle as you're bouncing back and forth across the river. You're picking up farmers, you're bringing them back and dropping them off. You're picking up goods and you're bringing them to the market. And sometimes you got to move another player's boat. And if you feel like you're too good at that puzzle, you can incorporate the zombie chickens and the poison corn. So, you know, it's pretty fun. And it's pretty lighthearted. But this game is really neat, and it's a puzzle, and it's basically when you're playing it in the 2-player mode, you are trying to be the first one to get one of those sets, or sort of outlast your opponent, because if a fox eats a chicken, for example, or 2 chickens, even worse, those cubes go to that player's discard. And then when they get 3 cubes there, they lose. So you need to keep these farmers supervising these critters to stop all this bad stuff from happening. And when we played, it literally came down to like 1 turn. If I didn't do it on the turn that I did it, then Mike, who I was playing against, would have won his next turn. And I did use these special abilities, which can allow you to slide cubes up or down, to different cards, farmers up or down to different cards, moving people's boats. What's the last one? I know I'm missing one. 2 farmers on a card. Super important. Because normally there's just not room for that farmer. So be able to leave because if you're already building the market, it saves you a turn from taking that farmer off and going back to a farm. It's a headache, right? These farmers they're annoying. You gotta maneuver around them all the time. It's all about the farmers. But no, in all seriousness, this game was really fun. I was really intrigued because just like looking at the box cover, I'm like, I don't know what this is. But what I immediately, once I read what it was about and heard was, and like, I was like, oh, I remember that riddle. And so I was immediately intrigued. And then to add in if you want to play with the zombie chickens and the poison corn, is super funny. And I love that idea. And there's a solo mode. So the solo mode can, you're going against your cousin Elmer. He's a dummy. And you basically have to help, just do better than him and stop him from getting all his goods eaten, because you can't let him ruin, you know, like the farm and what's going on. So it's sort of a race against you and Elmer. And the solo mode was kind of tough. I struggled with the solo mode. I did better when playing against another person, but only barely. But this was really interesting. Lots of fun choices. I appreciated the puzzle aspect of it and sort of that timing of when do you use your special tokens. But like all of these Mint Tint games, these are the instructions. And there's a rules reference card, and there's your solo rules right here. So the idea behind these games, 5 minutes to learn, play in under 20 minutes, and they are continuing to succeed with that. So really easy, straightforward, but a puzzle. So when I say easy, it's easy to get to the table and learn. It's not always easy to win. So really fun, really interesting. And if any of that sounds interesting to you, you should definitely check it out. And if you like any of these Mint Tin games, you really should check out my next video, which is going to be about Monster Mashup. So for the Board Game Rundown, I've been Tim. Thanks for watching.